Last week we finished a project I've been wanting to build for years, the backyard water slides. Not only are they really fun to ride, but they look so cool in the yard as well. If you haven't seen the full build video, make sure to subscribe and check out the backyard riding playlist below. There were a lot of questions about the slides that I haven't addressed yet, so let's start from the beginning and see where these slides came from. They started off their life at a couple different water parks in the Salt Lake Valley, where they lived an awesome life creating great summer memories for lots of kids. But as the world goes, all things must come to an end, and when the water parks closed down, they were gonna go to a landfill. So that's where pro BMX legend Matt Behringer comes in.
What's up, Matt?
How's it going?
Good.
Here at Porter's house, looking at some of the old slides. These ones here came from Orem Classic. Yeah, we got these to the old house at probably 2007 or 8. I got it out of the old house in Layton in 2013, and Eric came and got these and built them into here. It's good to keep them going after I had to get rid of them from that place. The other ones that are back here, these ones were at the old house and they went way down the back of the yard.
So these are Saltairs and those are Orems.
Yep. When they were actually built, it was at Saltair by where they have concerts and stuff, and I think it was mid-80s. The lake rised really high and it flooded out Saltair, and they quit getting used over that, and then wind must have just ripped it apart there.
Yeah, I was wondering what shut it down. And that's where that crazy fire was too?
The fire was at the old Saltair, which is just a little bit towards the city. Yeah, researching that place was pretty nuts. There was trains that went out there. That place went through phases of trying to be some kind of Coney Island type thing. Roller coasters out there at some points, and it was really popular back in the day.
So you just drove out that road and they were all just stacked up and
they
to
were
get dumped?
Forever. Like these kind of pieces, they'd be like sides, like just one on top of each other, just stack way up. The state made them clean it out because it was bad for the lake or whatever. We thought we were just doing a favor cleaning up some of their junk because it was trash.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of connection to these things.
Well, sick. Well, thanks for the slides. I'm happy to carry on the tradition.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, we got to keep these things living on.
Hell yeah.
The way the slides are set up in Matt's yard didn't line up perfectly in ours, so we had to come up with our own solution. And we did the best to set them up as good as we could, even putting them over the fence into my next door neighbor Doug's yard so we could connect our two pump tracks together, but it just never worked out quite like it should have. And that's what brings us to now, where we decided to set them up and really optimize them to let the yard tell us where the water slides need to flow and get them set up as good as possible. They ended up coming together really well. They just kind of spoke to us and told us how they were going to flow through the yard. And I'm really excited to see how the slides evolve as we create more entrances and exits and connect the slides to more lines in the yard. So you might be wondering, are they slick and are they scary? And the answer is kind of yes to both of them. Regarding the slickness, it's about the same as riding a skate park, maybe a concrete skate park, so you don't get tons of traction, but as long as your tires are perpendicular to the riding surface and you use speed to create the centrifugal force to hold you into the corners, you're not really gonna slide out. It's when you tried to ride up on the side of one of them with your tires vertical that you're gonna start sliding. And then regarding being scary, you can ride them slow and then work your way up to the speed that makes them work even better. So they kind of get less scary the faster you ride them actually. A lot of friends are worried about hitting their hands on the inside of the corners when you're riding the corners fast. And while it looks like that might happen, it hasn't been a reality. I can't think of anybody that's ever hit their hand on the inside of a corner. So the sizing of the bike with the slides seems to just work out perfect. So everyone was wondering, can we run water through these things and use it like an actual water slide? And I think the answer is no for that, for a couple of reasons. The first one that comes to mind is it doesn't have the smooth connections like a real water slide, where everything is sealed and smooth. And these are old fiberglass water slides. So if you've ever gotten fiberglass splinters, you know what I'm talking about. That is not a situation you want to get into. So you might be thinking, maybe we can put tarps in there and do it like that for a smooth surface. And again, possible, but the problem is that our yard doesn't have quite enough slope to carry the speed of sliding on a water slide on your body. The third problem would be the sheer amount of water would be running through those slides that would literally be flooding the yard and flooding all of our riding surfaces for the bikes. So that would kind of cancel out the riding part of the yard. And that would be a huge bummer. So for now, we're gonna keep them just for riding bikes. Although who knows, maybe this winter we'll be able to ski and snowboard through these things. We'll see if we can get a track going fast enough to make that work. For now, our backyard dirt riding season has come to an end. The snow has shown up and winter is officially started. Luckily, we've gotten a lot better about protecting the jumps and the yard through the winter with tarps. So what these are old billboard tarps. This was actually the billboard itself with the printed graphics on them and everything. Some of the graphics on these billboards are pretty funny as well, but we flip them over and put the black side up because that keeps everything melted off and dry and ready to go for the spring. These are really durable material, and all we have to do is stake them down, put some rocks and logs and things like that to keep them from blowing away. And then in the springtime, all we have to do is peel them off and the jumps are ready to go and completely protected from erosion, as well as the water getting into the landings and kind of puffing up the dirt, so we have to pack everything again. So it's gonna be a pretty quick process to get these things riding again in the spring. The good thing is, we love snow. We are huge winter fans. We're not even bummed when we have to put the bikes away for a little bit because we're so excited to ski and snowboard. So for now, I've got a lot of firewood to chop and all our winter gear to get ready. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our winter videos. We're gonna do a lot of fun stuff skiing and snowboarding in the yard as well as out in the backcountry. And don't forget to head to Competitive Cyclist to pick up your gift card for the holidays or for a birthday any time of year. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next adventure.
I think that was a good one to end it on.